always tracking, always alerting. Storm Team 8.
All right, let's start with a look at temperatures and Muskegon. You can see that we have a few clouds that are scattered across the area, and at times you can see a big storm cloud in the distance. That is the case for the Muskegon sky camera here. It's hard to tell at first glance, but you can see the loft cloud cover, and then you can see this guy. This is a thunderstorm, an anvil cloud that is from a storm in the distance. Temperatures, again, are pretty easy to take right now, but we haven't seen 90s in a while. By the way, here's a look at the current 90 count. Muskegon sitting at 11, tied with Kalamazoo so far this season. Grand Rapids pulling in 9 90-degree days. We typically average about 10.5 per season. Holland sitting at about 7, so respectable for summer. But we saw so many of them in June, even a couple in May, only 1 in July and none since. So we're a little backlogged in terms of when we usually see 90s. Typically we see them in July and into August, even into September. So again, we still have some time, but it's a really interesting kind of placement of where the 90s have been for this particular season. I wanted to show you the Grand Haven Channel camera, a little bit of a different view. We have been reporting some fog out on the Big Lake, but we're not seeing it traverse too far inland. So I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that our water temperatures last night really crashed in some spots. Here's Storm Track Live. Showers over Lake Michigan have fizzled. Still watching a few of these downpours up by Six Lakes, Mount Pleasant, Shepherd, Lakeview. We actually had a viewer just send us in a video from the Six Lakes area, and the downpour was rocking. So if you get hit by one of these pop-up storms in the Northeast, just know that it could be a really quick shock and temperature drop, but we're not expecting anything severe. Here's the entirety of the line. We have a bit more activity at play too upstream. So we're going to be seeing an active pattern with a lot of systems, but all of them are going to be very similar to this. Not a lot of punch. So even though we have some showers and storms possible, they fizzle tonight, and then Wednesday we start off with sunshine. We get ready in the afternoon to evening for another similar setup. So it's Six Lakes, Mount Pleasant again with some of the inland storms. And then watch what happens Wednesday late. Another chance of rain, especially south of Grand Rapids. And this is mainly after dark. That clears out by the time we get to Thursday morning. Thursday, another chance of an isolated shower or two, but in general, temperatures are going to be easy to take. So even though we have a lot coming at us, it doesn't really look like much is really going to make a big impact. Now, that being said, things could get a bit rockier for us Friday evening into Saturday. Thunderstorms possible, some of these sticking around to Saturday morning. But overall, it looks like the weekend stays dry before yet another system moves in next Monday, Tuesday. So a lot of rounds, a lot of at-bats, just not a lot of storms that we're particularly worried about in the next 8 days, which is a good thing.
All right, that's good to hear. Thank you, Ellen.